Richard lived with his wife, Laura, and their two children, Mealy and Mike. Mike was in class 8. He was a very responsible boy. He kept his room clean. He ironed his clothes and arranged his cupboard neatly. Mealy was older than Mike. She was in college now, but she still acted like a child. Her wardrobe was always messy. She never irons her clothes. Laura did everything for her. Laura often got upset. She scolded Mealy many times. But Mealy didn't care. Laura told Richard about it, but he didn't take it seriously. One morning, Mike and Richard were already having breakfast at the table. Mealy walked in and sat down.
"Mom, please give me tea,"
she said, grabbing a toast and spreading jam on it. Laura looked at her.
"Mealy, you should come earlier and take your tea yourself."
Still, Laura poured tea from the kettle and handed it to her. Mealy took a sip.
"Mom, did you see my golden pen?"
Laura shook her head and passed her a boiled egg. Suddenly, Mealy jumped up. She rushed to her room and picked it up.
"Bye, Mom. Bye, Dad."
Laura sighed.
"When will she become sensible?"
Richard smiled.
Our daughter is sensible.
Laura raised her eyebrows.
"I don't think so."
Richard laughed.
Time will tell.
Mike stood up, picking up his bag.
"Wait and see,"
he said and left for school. Laura smiled quietly. Mealy went to college. After a long day, she walked to the bus stop and got on a bus. She found a seat and sat down. Her eyes closed for a moment. After a while, the conductor came. Mealy opened her eyes, took out money, and bought a ticket. Then she opened a chocolate bar. At the next stop, a little girl, about 8 years old, got on the bus. She sat beside Mealy. She looked scared and quiet. Mealy looked at her and smiled. She offered her some chocolate. The girl took it.
"What's your name, sweetie?"
Mealy asked softly.
"I'm Sarah,"
the girl said. Mealy smiled.
"Where are you going?"
Sarah looked worried.
"I don't know."
Mealy was surprised.
"What do you mean?"
Tears rolled down Sarah's cheeks.
"I'm lost. I don't know the way home."
Mealy paused and then said,
"It's okay. Come with me."
She held Sarah's hand. They both got off the bus. Mealy walked back to the place where Sarah had first gotten on. She started asking people,
"Do you know this girl?"
but no one recognized her. Mealy looked at Sarah and said,
"Let's go to my home. My dad will help find your house."
Sarah nodded quietly. Mealy held her hand and headed toward her home. Mealy reached home with Sarah. The sun was setting. Laura opened the door and looked surprised. But she didn't say anything. Mealy took Sarah to the lounge. Mike and Richard were there. They both looked surprised too. Mealy said,
Dad, Mom. This is Sarah. She's lost. I brought her here.
Richard smiled.
You did the right thing.
He added,
Now take out your phone. I'll take her photo to the police station.
Mealy nodded. She gave him her phone. Richard took Sarah's photo. Then he stood up, grabbed his keys, and said,
I'm going now.
He headed out the door. After Richard left, Mealy turned to Laura.
Mom, can you please bring cake?
She asked. Laura smiled and went to the kitchen. She came back with a cake. Mealy cut it and placed pieces on plates. She gave one to Sarah. Sarah started eating. But she still looked sad. Mealy looked at Mike. Mike put down his plate and stood up. He began making funny faces. Then he jumped around the room. Sarah looked at him. Slowly, a small smile appeared on her face. Mealy smiled too. Mike kept acting silly. Sarah giggled a little. They both sat near her and started talking. Laura watched them with a smile. Sarah began to feel a little better. After some time, Richard came back.
The police contacted her parents.
He said,
They'll be here soon.
Sarah's face lit up. She looked happy and excited. Within half an hour, a police officer arrived with a man and a woman. As soon as Sarah saw them, she shouted,
Mom!
She ran to her and hugged her tightly. Her mother held her close.
My child. I was so worried.
The police officer smiled.
Thank you, Miss Mealy. Your father told us how you helped Sarah.
Mealy smiled.
I just did my duty.
Sarah's father stepped forward.
This is my wife, Jasmine.
He added,
You helped us a lot. Thank you.
Mealy just smiled. Richard and Mike looked at Laura. Laura smiled and said,
Time has proved it. Mealy is sensible now.